Welcome to Single-Click Entry, the new data entry software from Captaris Document Technologies. This short video will show you the basics of working with this application. Entering data from documents into applications is a common activity that nobody likes doing. Centralized data capture solutions are designed to automate data entry, but in many cases, the volume of documents is too low to justify such a solution. That is where single-click entry comes in. Single-click entry lets you transfer data from all kinds of documents into any application. Let's watch data being entered into an intranet portal from a scanned customer letter. In our example, you're an employee of Don't Care Liability Insurance, and your job is to enter the details of a damage claim. Your company uses a web-based application to process claims. To start the application, open Microsoft Internet Explorer. By the way, if you already have single-click entry installed, you can try out your example as a hands-on exercise anytime you like. You can find all the files you need in the tutorial folder, which we are now opening. Look for the file, insurance_n.html. Let's open the file by dragging it to the Internet Explorer. This is the application for entering damage data. We have created this form as a sample application. You may have already encountered similar forms. The personal information of the policyholder must be entered on the top left, and that of the claimant on the top right. We have an area for information related to the damage, a large field for the description of the incident in which the damage occurred, and two small internal fields. The button at the bottom right submits the data to the host. Start single-click entry by clicking the button on the Internet Explorer toolbar. This button was added to the Internet Explorer during the installation of single-click entry. This is the single-click entry user interface. As you can see, there's nothing spectacular about it. The title bar shows the application to which single-click entry is currently linked. In this case, it's the URL of the HTML page currently loaded in the Internet Explorer. Click the Load Documents button on the single-click entry toolbar to load the letter from our customer, Igor Popov. Let's assume that we just scanned the letter. In our example, optical character recognition is being used to extract the document's text. The single-click entry status line shows you the document that is currently loaded. Before we get started, let's enlarge the image a bit to make the text easier to read. All we have to do is press the Control key and turn the mouse wheel to zoom the image. You've probably already noticed the small blue field that's following the mouse cursor. We call it the Navigator, and it shows the name of the field for which we're acquiring data. To get started, use the mouse cursor to point to the data you would like to enter. Soon as the mouse cursor touches a word in the text, the word is highlighted, in our case, by an orange frame. A grey field now appears under the blue field of the Navigator that shows the selected document text. As soon as you click the left mouse button, this text will be transferred to the application. Let's move all the way up to the top right with the mouse cursor. As soon as the word Popov is selected, click the left mouse button once. That's it. If we have a look at our HTML mask, we can see that the name of our customer has been inserted into the correct field. The next field, policy number, was activated at the same time. That field name will now be displayed in the Navigator. This explanation may sound long-winded, but all of the elements that we have described in detail are only designed to make data entry as simple as possible. Let's watch it again. Let's go to the policy number in the document with the mouse. One click with the left mouse button, and it's been entered. Next, let's enter the name of the claimant. We can't see the field in which the data belongs, because it is partly covered by our document. That's not unusual when transferring data from documents to applications. Arranging both applications side by side on the screen would often compromise fair legibility. That illustrates one of the fundamental ideas of single-click entry. You stay in the document window for the entire data entry process. There's no need to return to your application until all of the data has been entered. The name of the claimant consists of two words. To enter both words, First place the mouse cursor on the first name, Dolly, and press the left mouse button. While holding the left mouse button, move the mouse to the right until the cursor reaches the word pardon. The second word will also be added to the Navigator. As soon as we release the mouse button, the data will be transferred to our application. Now let's enter the claimant's street address. And here's something new, the so-called data type locator. Single-click entry is aware of certain frequently used types of information such as dates, amounts, telephone numbers and street addresses. The program has already highlighted all of the street addresses that it could find. Whenever the data type locator is active for an input field, single-click entry will not only save you typing work, it will also help you find the information. It's the same story with the city name. When we get to the telephone number, one more click, and we have entered the telephone number. Let's continue with the remaining data, the claimant's email address, place and time of the incident, and the value of the damage. A click on the left mouse button is all it takes to enter it. The question of whether a case is recurrent or not can be answered yes or no with a checkbox. A click on a blank space is all it takes to answer no. The tariff group is a piece of information that is not in the customer's letter. Let's type it in. An editing field will appear as soon as we type the first keystroke. When we're done typing, pressing the Enter key transfers the data to the application. Finally, let's enter the description of the incidents by dragging a large rectangle to mark the appropriate text. We've now finished entering the data. We will now switch back to our application for the first time and click the Submit button to finish the job. Give single-click entry a try. See for yourself how single-click entry can amplify your day-to-day work.